Hello, I'm Norma, Kathy, Sweet Escape. Hi. Erin, Tabby, Brandy, Donnie Color, Michelle, Sweet Escape. Shout out to you, Kathy. Linda, Mandy, Nanette. Hey, Casbat, put the napkins down. I don't know what I'm going to do because I've been watching decoupage videos like all day. Except for 2 episodes of the new season of Better Call Saul. Norma, Panda, MC Camps, Lynn, Beach Fest, Jeanette, Potter, you don't need to be saved. And need, do what you want and need right now. Mooka, Dark Joker, Hennessy, Kathy. I don't know what to do though. I don't know what I want to do though. Norma, Nana, Whisper to Me. You can do what I feel. Hi, Carol, Rhonda, Ivy Lynn, Sabrina, Kathy from Texas. I don't know what I want to do though. Sweet Escape, is this your first time here? Hi, did I get you, Sabrina, Rhonda? How's Jimmy today? He's fine. He's good. He's good. Beach Feet. Did I call you Beach Fest? Sorry. Hi, Leah. Hi, Ivy. Amanda, how are you? Mooka77, Potter, Velveteen Lace. Wow, we have a lot of new names in here lately. A lot of new names. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Brandy. So, I don't know what to do. Do you know those eggs that I got for $1.99 for like 12 of them? Somebody's selling them. I don't know where it was. Something I saw for like 20 bucks. Same eggs. Of course, they took them out of the package and they arranged them in a circle. No, he says tomorrow, and he's going to come on and show you his new. He's like, we're just sitting there, and he just goes like this. They say my glasses are going to be in tomorrow. He calls every day about his glasses. They say my glasses are going to be in tomorrow. I'll come on the show. I said, what? He said, they said my glasses are going to come in tomorrow. I'll come on the show. I said, you'll come on what show? And he goes, I'll come on your show tomorrow. Okay, you're going to come on? Because I'm thinking like he's going to come on in a Zoom window or something. And he's like, yeah, I'll come on and show them my glasses. Okay. It was just really weird. But he says they'll be in tomorrow and he will come on and show them to you. You just made it to the bathroom? Well, thanks for letting us know, Alma, and I'm glad that you made it to the bathroom. Oh, my daughter knits, Maura, and she's trying to teach herself to crochet, and she is just having the hardest time, and I can't believe it because she knows how to do the chain stitch and that. But I just can't believe she's having a hard time at it. Yeah, so he's going to show you his new glasses. Thanks, Beach Feet. You got some amazing things in clearance on Target. Yeah, I heard somebody said 90% off at Target, right? I may have shopped Joann's online. Oh, don't ever shop Joann's online. Oh, don't ever shop Joann's online. But I did today, and I picked up a lot of stuff for decoupage, and it wasn't napkins. It was not napkins, and I can't wait to get the stuff that I got, because I had big plans for it. Jimmy got some bruises and scratches. I still believe he had a very hard fall. I think he needs to get it scanned at ER or by the doctor's office. I told him, Linda, I told him, and he said, I've had way worse, and that he knows. Once he was running, playing football or something, right? And he didn't see a bench, I think it was, like a cement bench or something. He'll have to tell this story, or it was a tree. It was one or the other. But he hit it so freaking hard. He says he saw the little cartoon birds. Okay? He said that's how hard he hit it. And he was a grown man. And he said something like, they said, "Are you okay?" And he said something like, "I want my mom." And he's like, what the hell? He was like so out of it. That's what he said. "I want my mom." And I think he had a really bad concussion that time. So he knows. But if you ask him, he'll tell you that story. I don't know what is going on. Siri is talking to herself over here. I was watching them too, a lot of them today, and I feel like I have some new skills. Storage modules. Oh, really? You wanted to get them, but you're a minimalist? He's a bit older now. You have to be more careful. I love that you're all... He's a bit older now. He's a bit older now. He's not 90. He's not 80. He's not 70. He's not that old. He's tough. He said he wants me to tell you he's like a rock. He's like a rock. I can punch him as hard as I want in the stomach, in the abdomen. I can punch him as hard as I want. Your brother fell face first and his whole face looks like a hematoma. Wait, he just now? He just fell, Alma? Wow. That's bad. Did I tell you when Jimmy had scaffolding upstairs for so long because he was hanging a chandelier? If we only had video back then, if you saw the size of the chandelier in my foyer, you wouldn't believe how big it is and how much it weighs. And Jimmy put the thing up himself, okay? He put it up himself with scaffolding that he built. I don't know how he did this because we couldn't be in the house when he was doing it. But he did it. Like 24 feet up in the air, this scaffolding, right? If he tells you how much it weighs, you'll understand what I'm talking about. He did it by himself. Jimmy's done things that you cannot believe. He and our son Michael carried the jacuzzi upstairs, which was a huge one, and they had something rigged up for that you can't believe. I thought for sure they were going to wreck it, but they did that. They do a lot of really crazy things, but the reason I'm mentioning the scaffolding is because he left the scaffolding up, right? And you heard me trip over the weights last night. Well, I was coming out of like putting Ethan to bed because he was probably only like 6 or something at the time. And I tripped, okay, on something that Jimmy some tools that he left in the way. And I totally lost my balance and I went flying and I hit the scaffolding and my elbow hit it so bad here, right here. I started screaming. I gashed my whole elbow. I still have the scar. We're talking about this yesterday because he said something about like, I don't know how we got on it yesterday, him and I said, do you remember when I hit the scaffolding? And he goes like this, yeah, like he didn't really remember. I said, you don't remember when I hit the scaffolding? Yeah, but I don't think you really got it. I said, do you remember my scar? He's like, no. So then I had to show him my scar and he remembered. But I wish we had video when he put up that light fixture. I'm trying to remember when that was. I know they sent the light fixture to me. That's a funny story. That's a funny story, though. We didn't realize how big it was. But I think it was back in 2014 or something like that. Probably took him, I don't know how long before he got it up. He'd know. Do it. Decoupage what? The chandelier? No. He was even speaking in tongues. Mora, my girlfriend, the one that I told you about who has the same name as that woman that murdered her husband, has said that to me all the time. She said to me, you and Jimmy, you need to have like those police kind of cams on all the time. You should go around because they used to listen. See, they used to listen to this on a morning marketing training call that I used to do. They used to hear all the Jimmy and Carolyn escapades in the morning. And she said to me, you have to do videos of this stuff when it's happening. Because when we moved a washer or something once, he said to me, push it back on me. And I said, no, it'll fall on you. You won't be able to. He said, it's not, I can get it, right? He wanted me to, let me remember he wanted me to let the washer go and it would fall back on him, but he had it. And I was afraid it was going to kill him. And I said, I don't want to be on 48 hours where they think that I intentionally did it and killed you, right? So we were having this discussion back and forth, and then he's like, let it go. I'm telling you, let it go. I have it. And I let it go, and he did get it. But it's stuff like that she told me to tape. Hi, Amy. How are you? You're at a loss? What are you at a loss about? Hi, Mandy. Hi, time for a change. Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. Here's the crossroads that I'm at. I've had it with the whole Gannon thing. I'm sorry. Not that I've had it for Gannon. Of course not. I want Gannon to be found. But I've had it with all the ridiculous speculation, the ridiculous rumors, the ridiculous made-up crap that's going around. I've had it with it. I can't take it anymore. Because they're not telling us anything, people are going crazy trying to invent stuff. Okay? And it's driving me crazy. So, her hijinks. I don't know what everybody's talking about here. I don't know if anybody else is feeling like that. Yeah, the Gannon Facebook groups. I can't anymore. Hi, Sonia. And then it's like, I don't know, I just feel, right, it's just, people think it's better just to put something out there, and then you get crazy videos, just like they made up that stuff about the red truck. They made up the stuff about the freaking red truck, that's why they're searching out there, because somebody got a shot of this red truck and it's her truck and they got it on a real estate thing, and then people are going crazy, and then they had to take it all down, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's gotten out of hand. Exactly, Michelle. It's just it's crazy. And so you don't blame me, good, Nora. And I'm just like, I just can't anymore. I just want to, just stop until the news announces they found him. Do I remember? Well, I mean, I think every case they keep things from you, right? There's things they can't let out. There's certain things they can't let out in every case. I think it's because we're turning into such an immediate information, immediate gratification society, that we have to have everything right now. And if we would even go back into how it used to be, where you just got stuff from the news or the radio, there was no internet for you to look up 24/7. There was no internet for you to be on with people in forums 24/7. Can you imagine going back to that, right? Nothing that you couldn't look up, you couldn't search for anyone. You remember how it used to be? Right? There was never that. You didn't have that. Okay? You sat and watched the news, and maybe you caught something on 48 hours after the fact, right, or something. But you didn't have all this 24/7. And you didn't have all these other people egging you on that, and then with lies, too. Oh, M. Clark, no? Yeah, there's so much crap going on in those groups that you can't believe. One thing annoying is the press releases. Just update how many tips, better to say nothing. They really are saying nothing, though, Snow Remover. They are saying pretty much nothing in those press releases now. Hi, Leisha. Hi, Maura. My Crazy Life says, so true, but I also feel like there hasn't been a missing person case like this in recent times, where there's so little information that has gone on so long. Right from the press, Walter Cronkite style. Everybody wants to get the info first. Right. Everybody's looking for the, oh my gosh, did you hear what happened? Like that kind of stuff. No stepmoms, trolling your chats, those were the days. Right. Hey there, this is it. How are you doing? You have the flu right now? I hope you feel better. You have the worst flu. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. Did you just write a comment about that? Somebody else did, I heard. So that, and I think, the whole coming on the heels of the Faye Sweatlick case, and that being so quick and so brutal, right? And then we have a local case, believe it or not, a horrible local case, horrible local case, where a young mother had her baby at 30 weeks and left it outside to freeze to death. And she was just charged today. This happened in November. She was just charged today, and the community is enraged because they said if she should have knocked on anyone's door, anyone would have taken the baby in, the baby girl, right? Why she just let it freeze to death outside, because we had like a really horrible cold November. And so she was charged today. And then there was, it was Crazy, Jeanette. Oh my gosh, yes, crazy. And the memorial that was put up in November is still there. So that was really just crazy. Right, Michelle. People just can't understand because New York has a safe haven law. She could have brought it to any police station, any ER, any fire department. No, her first child, I believe it is. Yeah. She just left. I don't even believe she had any clothes on it. She just left it out there to freeze to death. Yeah, I don't know what is wrong with these people. Yes, we went over that, Kathy. The one that was posing as the photographer. Is that the one with the cupcake? Is that the one you're talking about? The cupcake laced with the date rape drug? Did you see that woman when she went to court? Did you see what she looked like when she went to court? She was all giddy and all dressed up and oh, this was not true and you believed what? What is the flat heart guy? Believed what? The flat heart guy? And you believed it. Believed what? The flat heart guy? Or the flat, what is it? The flat ear guy? The flat earth guy. Oh, the flat earth guy. What is it that the flat earth guy is saying that? Newborn. She just had it, Carpe Diem. She gave birth to it and left it outside to freeze to death. The family from Australia? Which one, Amy? The cupcake later, she's nuts and implicates her own daughter. Well, yeah, and she called an ex and said something like, can I get a date rape drug? And if we get a baby girl, I'll marry you right away and we can raise it as our own. The ex-husband is asking for money for interviews. In everyone's chat is strange. The ex-husband of who, Maura? The ex-husband of who? Hi, Michelle G. I'm glad you love it here. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely, poor baby. Everybody would have taken it, Karen. All the people in the community were there. They were so pissed off. They said she could have knocked on anyone's door and they would have taken the baby. Who was what? Gosh, there's too many different conversations going on. Australia family, the husband killed the wife and 3 children. Oh, the ex of the cupcake lady is on there asking for interviews? Hi, Sandra. She was taking with all the babies and told one lady with a little boy she wasn't looking for a little boy. I don't understand it either, Sonia. I can't imagine somebody going through all that, giving birth, and then either killing the baby or leaving the baby to die. The husband killed his family in Australia yesterday. Who did that rambling? What rambling, Candace? I'm lost. Hi, Peggy Sue. The woman who was taking selfies with her baby to steal. Right, the cupcake lady is nuts. Her dad is a pediatrician in Texas and well off. Hey, Sakura girl. Ex of the cupcake lady is trying to get money to get to Washington and help the 16-year-old daughter. He hasn't seen her in 12 years. He hasn't seen her in 12 years? Is this the same ex she was saying that if they get a baby girl, she'll go back to him? Or is that another ex? Infant life is counted as worthless or an inconvenience. That would be the logical conclusion. Yes, he did one, and was in Molly's shot. I was waiting to clear some things up, he said. How do you know it's really him, though? How do you know it's really him? Hey, Mrs. McJagger, Deb on the Move, Candace, Chris Ree. Fear everybody. Bottom line is fear everybody. LOL. Look up the Australian family. I will. I will in a second. The ex of the cupcake lady is remarried, you think, with more kids. But I thought she was stealing homeless people's children. That's what they said on one. Hey, Betty Smith. I think the Australian man played soccer at one time, burned his family alive. And then did you hear there was something horrific where an ex-sports star, I think it was a football player, did you hear this one? They had a car crash, and he and the 2 or 3 kids were killed, and his wife survived, and then his wife died. Did you hear that one? He set the car on fire with gasoline. The rugby league, football league. Okay, so wait a second. Let me see something. Okay, so Port Jervis, New York, this is the woman, has been charged with murder after police and prosecutors said she gave birth to her baby prematurely and then left the newborn outside in freezing temperatures where she died. Port Jervis woman has been charged with murder after police and prosecutors say she gave birth to her baby prematurely and then left it outside. So her name is Nicole H. Lehman, 22, was arrested Tuesday evening and has been remanded to the Orange County Jail. Police Chief William Worden and Orange County District Attorney David Hovler announced at a press conference Wednesday afternoon, "We know how this case, this tragic incident, has affected you, the community at large. The death was devastating to the family, to the neighbors, to the community," Worden said, with tears in his eyes. It was a very emotional day there, as I'm saying. I saw this. Lehman has been charged with a section of second-degree murder that alleges she recklessly engaged in or created grave risk of serious physical injury under circumstances that demonstrated depraved indifference that led to the death of someone younger than 11 years old. Worden said Lehman was living with her boyfriend, who they declined to name, and his family at the time of the baby's birth. The child was found on a rock, unclothed, with the umbilical cord still attached, off a nearby parking lot on the evening of November 12th. Hovler and Worden said the baby was born premature at about 30 weeks old, but the infant was born alive. It is alleged that the child had been born alive and that Lehman abandoned the baby in freezing cold temperatures in the vacant lot where the baby died of exposure, prosecutors and police stated in a joint press release. Hovler said that there was no indication anyone else was involved in the baby's death. The baby was named Sophia Grace Hayden, likely by her grandmother, Worden said. asking everyone to keep her and the baby's family in their prayers. Her last name is her father's last name, Warden confirmed. Huvler and Warden declined to discuss Lehman's motive or where the baby was born. There are probably some mental health issues in this case, Huvler said. Lehman concealed her pregnancy. Warden said the family Lehman lived with was cooperative in the investigation. Quite simply, I just believe she did not want the child, Warden said. Lehman faces a minimum of 15 years to life in prison if she is found guilty of the second-degree murder charge. He added that the investigation took some time because of testing, some of which could have taken up to 12 weeks to provide results that were required in the case. Rumors swirled for the nearly 3 months since the infant's body was found as the public grew frustrated with the delay due to testing and investigating to bring the charges that were revealed Wednesday, Huvler said. A Facebook group was created that has more than 1,500 members as of Wednesday, in which community members demanded information and answers related to the case from local authorities. You see the face, right? Demanding, right? The people were really upset, but this case is very, emotionally charged to be like Gannon's case. So yeah, people want information. They do. This case was done as expeditiously as it could have been done, Huvler said. Mayor Kelly Decker asked during the press conference for members of the community to come together and respect one another in remembrance of the baby, a young girl who could have survived and could have lived. I will, on behalf of the community, apologize because we can't release the information that we have in order to satisfy people's needs right away, Decker said. Lehman is next scheduled to appear in Port Jervis City Court on Monday. Huvler announced the case will be presented to a county grand jury. Okay, and I'm trying to get her. Why is it not letting me get this? Hold on, I'll let you see her picture, the mother. Come on, get over there. Get over there. Let's see, did that show up there for you? Okay, so let me pull this back now. Hang on. You see it. Okay, good. I see that. Everybody's talking about Australia though, because they can't wait. Okay, I'm just telling you about this one because this is a case I will probably cover since it is so close to me. Why does she look familiar? I don't know. I will take the Australian story. I'm just telling you this one because I will cover this one because it is so close to me that the news is right here. Hey, Mick Jagger. Okay, so now I'll get the Australian one. Okay, so residents in Brisbane reportedly tried to extinguish the fire, which also killed one man and hospitalized a woman who were in the vehicle, sorry. Australian police treating car fire that killed 3 children as a crime scene. 3 young children and 1 man. Is this the one you're talking about? I thought you said okay. Hold on, let me make sure this is the one you're talking about. Is this the one you're talking about? See, now I'm talking about this and now you're talking about the other case. This is the one. I thought somebody said he killed the wife too. I thought someone said he killed the wife. Okay. You're eating homemade creamy, rich, fluffy chocolate ice cream. Yummy. Okay, so 3 young children and 1 man were killed on Wednesday in a horrific car fire that was declared a crime scene by the police in northeastern Australian city of Brisbane. Detective Inspector Mark Thompson of the Brisbane Police said a woman who was also involved in the deadly blaze was in the hospital with critical injuries. Oh, that's the wife, okay. He told reporters Wednesday that the 3 children and the 2 adults were all known to each other. Wait a minute, is this the one where the wife dies? Wait a minute. Because hold on a minute. There is a one over here where the wife was taken to the hospital and the wife died after a fiery crash. She died, right? This is the one that I saw, but I thought that was... Is this guy, he played on a sports team, the guy that did this? I didn't know that was in Australia. Okay, I thought that was in the United States. I saw that, okay. They're reporting it wrong. It's a family annihilator. Okay, hang on. Who is the other man? The investigation was still in its infancy, he said, adding that the family members of those killed still needed to be notified. Therefore, it would not be appropriate for me to go into the detail of how these people all knew each other. All 3 children were under the age of 10. The morning blaze in the quiet streets of the suburb of Camp Hill shook residents, with some recounting in news reports that they had tried to extinguish the fire but were beaten back by its ferocity. The witnesses has said they had seen a white car moving while on fire. Some said they heard a woman inside yelling, "He's poured petrol on me." One witness told the newspaper that residents stopped the vehicle by piling wood in its path and that a woman then fell out and was rolling on the footpath in flames. Inspector Thompson told reporters it will be a horrific thing for police and emergency services to deal with in the coming days. He would not say whether the police were treating the deaths as a murder-suicide attempt. How the fire actually occurred has not been ascertained at the moment, he said. For us to call it a murder-suicide or an accident is not appropriate at the moment. Now, I know I saw... Okay, so let's go to another one because this was from the New York Times. It's so weird because... I saw something on this. Okay, okay, let me see something. Hold on a sec. Rowan Baxter died in the car along with his 3 children, and Hannah Baxter later died in the hospital. A mother and her 3 children have died after the car they were in was allegedly set on fire by her estranged husband in the Brisbane suburb of Camp Hill. Hannah Baxter, 31, was taken to the hospital in critical condition but later died from her injuries. The couple's 3 children, aged 6, 4, and 3, died in the vehicle about 8:30 a.m. Wednesday. Ms. Baxter's husband, ex-Warriors player Rowan Baxter, this is what I saw this, and that's what I mentioned to you guys. I didn't realize it was in Australia. Okay. Ex-Warriors player Rowan Baxter died on the footpath near the car with self-inflicted stab wounds after allegedly dousing his family in petrol. The ABC, no, what am I doing? What? Mr. Baxter had jumped from the vehicle at the same time and yelled, Ms. Baxter had jumped from the vehicle at the time and yelled, "He's poured petrol on me." Detective Inspector Mark Thompson said it was not known if an accelerant was used to start the fire. Hold on a sec. Oops. Come on. We have 3 deceased children, all under the age of 10. We have another deceased male who was known to the children. Police said the preliminary investigations indicated that Ms. Baxter was driving the car and Mr. Baxter, 42, was in the front passenger seat prior to the incident. Detective Inspector Thompson said Ms. Baxter was taken to the hospital with critical injuries, including burns. It's a horrific scene, he said. He said there were other areas of interest and anticipated that other crime scenes would be declared. How the fire actually occurred has not been ascertained at the moment. For us to call it a murder, suicide, or a tragic accident is inappropriate. Mr. Baxter was a former New Zealand Warriors NRL player. According to the website of a gym Mr. Baxter ran with his wife at Kapalaba. He had more than 20 years' experience in the sports and fitness industry. The passerby tried his best to get to the car. Queensland Ambulance Service Senior Operations Supervisor Adrian Tong said a passerby tried to help those in the car escape. Somebody did step in and try to help that was close by, Mr. Tong said. I think he tried his best to get into the car. The man received minor burns to his upper body and face that were not life-threatening. Mr. Tong said that Ms. Baxter had severe burns to a significant part of her body. We secured her airway on scene and she was transported, lights and siren, to the hospital, he said. 7 ambulances were at the scene as well, and more than 30 police officers. Crews that attended the scene have been stood down and will be debriefed. The first crew that arrived on scene were confronted with a car fire, Mr. Tong said. We did all we could, but it was confronting. Camp Hill resident Murray Campbell said he was at home when he heard the car explode. I was out back and came running down the side, and the rest is history, he said. Not nice. flowers and toys were laid in the street where the children died. Okay, and then there was the car fire killings of Hannah Baxter and her 3 children leave Australia reeling amid calls for action on family violence. Ms. Baxter's estranged husband and the children's father, Rowan Baxter, allegedly doused his family with petrol. The 42-year-old former Warriors player was found dead on a footpath with self-inflicted wounds. The dynamics of a family that are broken and estranged are particularly poignant to this investigation and very hard to decipher, Detective Inspector Thompson said. Prime Minister Scott Morrison described the incident as devastating and encouraged victims of domestic violence to seek support. Hannah and her 3 children so senselessly and maddeningly murdered in what has occurred in a terrible act of violence, and it just grieves our hearts terribly today, Mr. Morrison said. Today, Australians just look at each other and give thanks for each other, and this terrible, awful event, our hearts are just full of grief. Hold on, I'm trying to get another picture over there. Queensland Premier Anastasia, I'm not even going to pronounce the last name, offered condolences to Hannah Baxter's family and friends, saying it was difficult to comprehend what had happened. Our city, our state, our nation has been left shaken, appalled and desperately saddened at unimaginable tragedy that unfolded in the suburbs of Brisbane yesterday, she said. The unthinkable act of violence took the lives of 3 beautiful, innocent children as her mother left to take her kids to school. Corey Lauder, who has known Ms. Baxter for more than a decade, said her friend, who was a champion trampolinist, was the definition of love. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like it's her. She lived and breathed her kids. She'd do anything for those kids. When you think of family, you just think of her. Camp Hill resident Matthew Christopher said Australia needs to focus on domestic issues. Look what's happened here. The impact is on the families, extended families, on our suburb, on our street. It's just harrowing to think we're going to drive past this spot all the time. The amount of women that are being killed, we're worrying about terrorists. This is unbelievable what's going on. How can this happen for them all to be gone? Someone has put a sign up on the memorial about stopping domestic violence, and it's got to end immediately. I don't know how you do it. I don't know what it is. All of government, all of our community approach, it doesn't matter whether it's the church, the football club, the politicians, the police, the schools, we've all got to work together. In a Facebook post, Brisbane councillor Ryan Murphy called the suspected murder-suicide an unspeakable evil act. Ms. Baxter's family also used social media to pay tribute to the mother of 3 and professional gymnast and to vent their anger. Sister-in-law Stacey Roberts, who created a Facebook fundraising campaign to pay for the funeral, said Ms. Baxter was a beautiful soul and that her children were her life. The court systems everywhere continue to be under pressure, and women are seeking assistance more than ever, and we should have the systems there. appropriate systems to be able to respond to them. Katrina Lines from Act for Kids urged people to look for signs of family abuse and offer support. We've lost 3 kids to domestic violence, and that's not okay, Dr. Lines said. The family tragedy is a really shocking incident in the middle of really shocking statistics. We'd like to urge everybody to watch out for each other, reach out and offer support if people need it. No problem is so insurmountable that you can't find a solution. A statement issued by Belmont State School, where Alaya and Lene were students, said counseling was being made available to students and staff. The Belmont State School community is deeply shocked and saddened by the death of 2 of our students, the statement said. The school's community thoughts and sincere sympathies go out to the family, caregivers, friends, and loved ones of the students during this difficult time. Okay, so that's very sad. Well, may they all rest in peace, and this is got to stop. Okay, so he was controlling, kidnapped one of the kids for 4 days. They were separated. He did not like the custody arrangement. How did he get in? Nobody knows how he got in the car, and he poured gasoline on them, and then he started stabbing himself. You're welcome, Judy. She was in custody and separation. This happened outside of her parents' place in Camp Hill. She was living with her parents at the time. Hannah Baxter is her name, Leah Jane. But why did he stab himself? Because he didn't want to die in the fire, but he wanted them to die in the fire? On Facebook videos, but he's not the guy that was on YouTube videos that they said was too rough with his kids. This is not the same family. Because there was a dad that was like on the trampoline and stuff with his kids, and people were saying he was being too rough or something. That was a family in Australia, I think. Trying to remember, but they were like a family on YouTube. I'm trying to remember, because now that you said that, because there was some guy, and they said that he was getting a lot of flack because it can't be the same family. They were in a YouTube family. The family I'm talking about was a YouTube family. He might have been, but he could never be the family I'm thinking of. Yeah, that sounds so familiar. I think there's another family on YouTube where they said the father was too rough with the kids, but they weren't divorced, they were together. I think it's this family that J-Bells made me watch. She's not on here, but it's some family, and they're like perfect kind of family. I think it was them. But that people were saying he was too rough with the kids, or it was some other family. I think like 4 or 5 kids, Mooka. Yeah, I can't remember if it's the one that J-Bells maybe watched or it was some other family. It was a famous family on YouTube, but the father was getting a lot of flack because they said he was way, way too rough with the kids. And there were scenes on a trampoline or something where he was like really bouncing them around like you can't believe. No, it was this family where the father was rough. I don't think so, Dreamweaver. They don't say that in here that they were a big YouTube family. The family I'm talking about was a huge channel on YouTube. A huge channel. They weren't divorced. The one I saw is the same one. No, but they're not a YouTube family. I'll say Daddy 05 again. Daddy 05. I don't think that's the one that J-Bells made me watch, though. The one she made me watch has a wife that has like an eating disorder. She's very, very thin. They have a very white couch blogger kind of house. But she's very, very thin. And she just had like another baby. I'm talking about Father of Five. I don't know that I'm talking about Father of Five. I think you're talking about the Bradley family. You're saying, yep, Daddy of Five? All I know is they had a video and they said that people were giving them a lot of flack because they said he was way, way too rough with the kids. And I think there was a trampoline involved. The wife has blonde hair. Okay, there might be two different families. There's one that they're really, really have a lot of subscribers, but they said that they were being stalked and people were coming after them. Do you know which ones I'm talking about? The husband and the wife, the channel is all they do, I think. That's it. They're both involved in the channel. I think it's their sole source of income. That's all they do is this channel. And they were being stalked and harassed. I'm not sure if that was the one that was being too rough or if it was another one like it. But this guy has videos on Facebook, Mommy. Okay, he has videos on Facebook. But just when somebody said that he was too rough on the trampoline, that's just making me think of this other guy. And they always have videos that say, like, we didn't want to make this video, or they said this about us. They had to move. Jessica? They had reports to the kids' school. We'll have to get the name from Jay later. Oh, yes. Yeah, I guess she watches that one. And the wife, I think she has an eating disorder. She's very vocal about it. She's very, very, very thin. Hey, Apple Snapple. Just look them up. Okay, I can now, Darce Cabins. I'm doing something. BS, Christo says. What do you mean BS, Christo? Christo, I haven't seen you in ages, and now you come and say BS. What does that mean? BS what? What's BS, Christo? McCarthy's. You don't have Mod Podge. Well, I wouldn't use Mod Podge for the napkins. I use a napkin decoupage. I think he's blonde hair, Jessica, but probably dirtyish blonde. Daddy of Fives might have an eating disorder, but in the other direction. Okay, so then it's not, okay, then it's two different families. 16-month-old Evelyn Boswell is still missing after 2 months from a town in Tennessee. Very little media coverage. Really? How did that child go missing? Did they go with a parental abduction or what? Hello, Maui Chickadee. What was Christo coming in here saying BS? What happened to Christo? Does anybody know what that Christo guy was in here saying? What's with this Greg Smith BS and that Christo? What's going on with the BS going here? Because I don't have the master chat. I can't see the master stuff that's going on. Did somebody delete Christo? Because I wanted him to answer me. Because I do know Christo from a long time ago. I want to know why he just came up in here and said BS, and I want to know now why Greg Smith is saying BS. Did somebody get rid of Christo? Because I can't see I'm not on the master side of it because my thing is not plugged into that I'm an administrator, so I can't see anything. Don't remove this guy yet. I want to see what he's... Sakura, I know Christo from another time. I want to know why he's coming in here and saying BS. Did somebody get rid of Christo? Because I wanted him to answer me. Because I think he just came back in as this guy Greg. So please don't get rid of Greg. Because I want him to answer me. I think BS was a reference to the lady dying in the car. The original comment was deleted. I believe it would have been for bad language. I don't think so, because why is this Greg guy coming in here saying BS? Okay, Christo, why are you saying BS? And this guy Greg, why are you coming in here and saying BS? And why aren't you answering me now? Because that's making me angry. Christo is either here or he left. Okay, they're here or they left on their own. I don't know why they both came in here. A few people said BS. 2 people, April, that I saw. I can't speak for Greg. I don't know. Steph-A, I trust my moderators. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't want them deleted because I want to find out what they said. All the murdering is BS? Okay, thank you. Thank you for answering me, Greg. Just understand that, just so you know, sometimes when you just come into a chat and just say BS, people don't know what you're talking about, and you could be taken as a troll. So you don't want that. So just be specific on what it is. I don't mind. Yes, you're absolutely right, Greg Smith, and thank you very much for answering me. Thank you very much. And Christo, I would appreciate it if you would have stepped up and answered me the way Greg did. Oh, Gigi said it too? Christo is still here on the list. Okay. No, you see, it was a harmless thing. That's what I mean. You're welcome. Sorry. Should have said hi first. Yeah, thanks, Greg. Appreciate that. I do appreciate it, Greg. Thanks for stepping up. Welcome to the chat, Greg. Christo commented about the lady. Okay. Okay. All right. Gotcha. It's important, especially when people troll. Right. Because right away someone would say, oh, it's just a troll. But it's not. Greg really was just meaning he wasn't specific. So it has nothing to do with trusting anyone. I just want it to be specific. I will not say. No, you can, Michelle, in the right context, but just to have somebody come in and say it, like you don't know how to take it. Okay, Christo is gone. Well, Christo couldn't step up to the plate then and answer. I don't know. Christo maybe was easily embarrassed. didn't want to be called out or something. Probably leave a comment that they were called out or something. Greg knew how to handle it. Greg stepped up and just said what was going on. Thanks, Greg. I appreciate that. How do you know if someone leaves? You can see who's in the chat. There's a list. He was upset about family. That's fine, Dar's Cabin. I'm finishing up my video. Okay. Is you shy? Could be shy. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, you thought they were referring to a channel? Oh no. Who would be BS? I don't know. Christo slipped on Crisco and slipped away. I just need to, you know, like it's hard because someone comes in and they just go BS. You don't know what they're talking about. Couldn't take the heat in the kitchen. I was called out on the carpet. You ever see the people that leave that in the things? She called me out on the carpet. I'm like, there's no carpet here. See? Tico salutes you, Greg, for stepping up like a boss. I hit a comment that Crystal left because it had bad words, and then maybe he was angry about that and said BS. April, I don't know. Thanks, you really are nice people. Good conversation here. Thanks for coming in, Greg, and thanks for clearing that up. I'm sleepy and was copying what Carolyn said. Like in Facebook, ask about couches. Thanks, Judy. Can ramblers please creatively edit their swears? Yeah, if you want to swear, you can just do like a, what is it? Like the comic swears, you know, where you put like BI, the hashtag sign, the money sign, right? And then an H or something like that. Grammar really helps in chat. No, Char, there's nothing new on Gannon. Yeah, Random Guy Jeff, right? We all miss Random Guy Jeff. Hi, VA girl. Yeah, Judy, you've got it. Yeah, that's right, Michelle. Everybody try it out now. Good night, Jessica. Bye. I hope you find some more Ray Dunn stuff. Does anybody experience background hissing? When Carolyn was at the other home, it did not happen, but yeah, I could tell you why. Watch. Tell me if your background hissing goes away. Hold on. Tell me if your background hissing goes away. Steph A, is your background hissing gone? It's my foot heater. Okay? I didn't have a foot heater at the other house. I have a foot heater here, but I'll take it off if the hissing is really bothering you. It's gone. It's way better. River Carlson. River Carlson, I've never seen you before. How are you doing? Now it's too silent. So I do want to do some decoupage. I do need saving, but I don't know what I want to do. Oh, I just want to do something. I think we're in need of a craft night. What's today? Today's Thursday. Well, today's Wednesday for me, but it's Thursday. I think Friday we should have a craft. I think Friday should be open craft night. I think Friday should be an open craft night. Bring what crafts you're working on. I think it should be an open craft night. It's actually warm in here. You know, it's kind of like white noise for me, whisper to me. I don't even need it. I'm not cold. I don't know why I have it on. It's kind of just white noise for me. The best foot warmers ever. I cut Sassy's hair today. I sent a picture to J Bells. She looks so tiny little. She's so much littler than Desi. And what was I going to say? But she's so, her and Zoe are so good. I can just, and Sassy's too good because I've nicked her with scissors and I feel terrible. But she's so freaking good. And I felt terrible because, and then Jimmy goes like, be more, you know, like I am, but it's just like, I don't know how I feel terrible when that happens. She has to have it. Heater keeps her from frostbite. Yeah. But anyway, she looks really cute. I'm still not finished with her. Tomorrow we've got to put her in with some conditioning shampoo, and then I go through her again. You need to work on some wreaths? Okay, good. I think everybody needs an open craft night on Friday. Open craft night. I'd say probably I have clippers and stuff, but I did it with scissors because I didn't want to cut her down a lot. Let me see if I can show I don't know if I can show the picture because picture. Remember picture? I'd like to have a picture like Mr. Rogers. Let me try to send this back to myself. Share. How can I share it to myself in my Gmail? Yes. Okay. Luke was feeding both puppies at the same time. So they're like, that's Luke's leg in the picture, and Desi is, he's around the other side of Luke's leg. They act like they've never eaten before. Sassy's really got her appetite back at everything. This is nice. Good night, Greg. You're not going to wait to see my dog's haircut? That's okay. Let's see. Oh, right. I'm going to have to just I'm going to have to open it. Hold on a minute. Like this and pull it over because I can't save anything. Hopefully my hard drive will be here tomorrow. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. Now I can hear my dog snoring and everything. Oh, over here. It's a little rough. I have to fix her up a little bit. She's still a little rough there. You must have a delay. Desi was over here, I think, on the other side of Luke's leg. I think, see, that's Desi. You see this white thing right here? That's Desi jumping up. Luke's in the refrigerator getting, Luke fixes up their meals. He likes to do that. He puts the pumpkin in. He gets the dog food. He mixes it together. Oh, she looks like you're a Maltese, Jeanette? She's I have to, she's got to get a conditioning shampoo. I don't know, it seems like a long time. I put up the picture and it's a long time. And I fixed Desi's eyes. I cut out like the, no, that's not Desi. That's not Desi, Stephanie. That's Sassy, and she's tiny. She's like not even 5 pounds. She's so tiny. If you see Desi next to her, you'll see how tiny she is. She looks especially tiny after I cut her hair because she was like mostly hair. She still is mostly hair. If you put her in water, she gets like in The Little Mermaid, you know when the Sea King gets shrunk? That's what these dogs look like when they get wet. They look like the Sea King when he shrunk. They shrink down to nothing. Is it hard keeping my white cabinets clean? When you have Jimmy around, it can be hard because he spills and doesn't clean up. He thinks he does, but I see a lot of things. But they have a glaze on them, which is nice because you can always say, oh, that's not anything, that's the glaze. Can you please check? Yeah, I saw that. This is it, but I understand that, but I've heard that's not true. I haven't seen that anywhere else yet. No, I just use scissors. I have to go through with the clippers on her feet and stuff, but if you saw her before, what happens is she gets a lot. No, they're not the same breed. Sassy is a fully grown Maltese, Stephanie. Sassy is fully grown and she's less than 5 pounds. She's tiny. If you think she looks big there, it's because I enlarged the picture. If I put Desi next to her, you'll see how tiny she is. She's tiny. But she looked bigger because she had a lot of hair. And she still has a lot of hair. And I feel bad because is it from Reddit? Okay, I'll look at it in a second. This is it. I thought you meant it's my dog from Reddit. No, that's really my dog. Thanks, Mrs. McJagger. I think that's a rumor about a lie detector. Yeah, I do too. We should have a groom together night. Yeah, except that I'm not so good, Caroline. And usually this is very good for me. I've had a lot of mishaps where the dogs come out looking a little bit like Muppets and stuff. Like the Westie, you really don't have to groom him. But the Maltese you do, because what happens is they have such a thick undercoat. Even though now, did you know the Westie fur is changing? And the breeder told me so. The Westies didn't used to have an undercoat. They do now, but it doesn't get matted like the way a Maltese does. Just like a Yorkie doesn't get matted. Okay? Males are genuinely a bit bigger. Yeah, but they get matted so easily, and if she runs around, she gets all kinds of. So I had to, trim her down. And when J-Bell saw her, she was a mess. Because I didn't get here to get her. I was just so. The weather just drove me crazy. But anyway, I feel bad because I nicked her a little bit there, but she was a trooper. And tomorrow we're going to do a conditioning shampoo. Then I'm going to brush her all the way through, and then I'm going to trim her up a little more. She's tiny, yeah. You have yeah, we don't have anything like that, Ray Albert. I wish we did. We have nothing like that. Oh, thank you, Kazbat. She said, in busy rooms, using Super Chat is a great way to get attention. That's my opinion, though, Rock On Ramblers. Thank you, Kazbat. You didn't have to do that, though. Thank you. Be right back. Finding a way to show you Debbie. I'll look at your email now. This is it. I'll look at your email now. Hang on. I'll let the cat's gonna dance. I'll let the cat dance for Kazbat over here. Okay. All right, so now, let me go see. I saw this. Jeannie sent this to me. I told Jeannie the same thing that I'm telling you. Okay, I'm saying to you guys that I don't think this might... I looked, why is this not reported anywhere? Why is this really weird? Do you question it at all? This is what I mean about the I was talking about this, okay? And yeah, can I just tell you that the station that you're getting this off of is the station that stole my content. And the woman is in the, she's in Thailand or something. That's where it came from, just so you know. And I feel it looks highly suspect. Okay? I feel it looks highly suspect. It came from Reddit, but it came from either that lady threw it up on her channel, okay, and someone saying they found this. Can anyone confirm? I found this on Twitter, and I'll tell you like what this says. First off, you know what? How come? Okay, let me see. I'm going to pull this over and show you something, okay? This is it. Okay, let me show you something. Now watch. How come, if this is supposedly T talking, how come they've taken her face out? Why? Why would they take T's face out? I don't get what's going on here. Whose picture is this? Because this is not... Hold on a minute. Why did they take this out? Why would they not, if they're going to show this much, why would they take her name out like that? Anybody can put a photo in here. Anyone can do that. There's easy way to fake screenshots. I think if you read this dialogue, it's ridiculously fabricated, that I think, okay? Did you get the results yet? Yeah. Thumbs up. Awesome. What did Albert say? I only told him. Hopefully this will make him believe you. I'm not showing anyone but in person. It is already all over the group. I read it about a half an hour ago. Let me see if I can find it. So basically I have two choices. Admit to something I didn't do in an accident form to get lesser time, or still get charged and convicted of something I didn't do because I could never have a trial in Colorado, so that it's right. If you were innocent, then of course I would never admit to doing something that you didn't do. That they have to have proof to charge you, but I think they're trying to build a case against you. Proof that I drove to Petco, or half evidence that they only have one side of a truck. What evidence, though, since you have experience? Yeah, I don't trust anyone having it. But, okay, I don't even know what's this, but would meet someone to verify the source. Send it to the police. No way. Lawyer? Even though it's not admissible, attorneys can still use it in a closing argument and then pretend to tell the hurt to forget it. Yeah, attorney said no way to give it to them. I begged them for 1 to 2 weeks ago. I really hope that this is not going to go to trial. That's on them. They lost the window of... I don't even know how this even goes because it doesn't even go to anything. Okay, this... then this says, everything that people are using to say you did anything wrong is stuff that they're putting out there, that you're putting out there. Don't worry about what these crazy people think. I wouldn't put anything out there to the public. She goes, I didn't. My account was hacked, my iCloud. Okay? I don't know. And I do have the Baez law firm, but they are just pre-investigation right now. So people there would need to contact them, you know. And I'm doing a polygraph today. I know it can't be used, but to prove to them. Okay, and then that he was having a few days of silly accidents. They can't blame me of him starting a fire and having blood, and they seen the candle. How much blood did they find in the garage? And the fire people investigated. Something that would be explained away by a small cut? Yes, in the garage. What was it? Just a small amount. Okay. Now, somebody even asked a news reporter, did T have a polygraph today, and did she pass? And the news reporter said she hadn't heard anything about it, and she was asking the sheriff's office, and they were not saying anything. So you believe what you want to believe. That, I'll even look, that didn't even make it into our group, which the one group said they have had enough with the freaking speculation, okay? And all the freaking lies, which is why that was one of the reasons. Let me see if it's even mentioned in there, okay? Nope. No, let me see. Okay, wait a minute. Now they just put this in there. Let me see. Let's see what they said. Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, okay, you just want to listen to some of the comments on this, okay? Okay. Wow, just wow. By the way, these screenshots were supposed to be blacked out. Yes, they were naughty. Did anyone read the rules? The friend sold her out by taking screenshots and posting them. Good on her, though. I think it's BS. I bet she planned this with her friend to make it look like she's innocent. With the blood talk, it looked like she's even more guilty, but I could see her doing that. She wanted these leaked. Agreed. No one can throw a bigger tantrum than a narcissist who's losing control of someone else's mind. Well, they don't make her look innocent, LOL. No, they don't. But with her saying they're trying to get me on something I didn't do, it appears to be a private convo with a friend. She wants people to think she didn't do it. If she did, she wouldn't say that. Well, she wouldn't admit to her friend she was guilty. Looks like she's fishing for advice. What innocent person would even think about pleading guilty to avoid lighter charges? I bet these are real. It looks like whoever the friend is suspects she's guilty too. She's clearly an asshat and a liar. These screenshots were leaked with her knowing they would be. I'm sure if it's a real friend, they would have been posted. They wouldn't have been posted to begin with. More than likely, someone told T as soon as it was posted. Okay, and someone said, or it's her planning to release them with a friend because she wants people to see taking a polygraph and that she says she got hacked. I honestly think info that gets out on her is all planned. Funny how they all say they got hacked. I don't buy the hack thing for a minute. I believe her lawyer told her to shut the etch up, and so now she's trying to cover her ASS who hacks someone just so they can go plead innocence. People really believe this fake stuff? This seems fake. Not sure if it's BC. If you look to the left of Gannon, as her profile picture is there, it's clearly Facebook messages, so it's hard to tell, honestly. I know she was talking about Baez, such a liar. Still nothing, pleading for Gannon's return, nothing. Isn't that the same attorney that got Monster POS Casey Anthony off? Yep. I noticed that too. No way in Hades could she afford Baez. If it gets him back in the public view, he may do it pro bono. However, I believe you have to have a license to practice law in certain states, but he could mentor another attorney to defend her. He can apply to the court to be admitted pro bono, which means the judge can approve him to argue just the case in Colorado without a Colorado law license. But doesn't matter because she's full of shite. He's fought cases in Colorado before. What page is this from? One of the 50 Gannon Facebook pages, I'm guessing. And the conversation cuts off at the polygraph results picture. Of course it does, and no more shots. People with zero empathy can pass lie detectors all day long. Exactly why they're not admissible in court. Well, we all know Baez is getting paid. Yep, she's selling her ASS. She needs to be giving up where Gannon is. I guarantee it. Baez, really? I bet if they were any good, they'd tell her their client to STFU. She's just hurting herself. Time will tell. Baez is the only one stupid enough to take her case. They're a match made in scummy heaven. Just like him and Casey. Yep, he's a scumbag, so gross. He loves child killers. It's disgusting. Yeah, I find an attorney, okay, blah, blah, blah. Then someone says, I just looked up Baez, and he was the lawyer for Casey Anthony. Really? You just found that out? This has to be BS, not legit. Yes, and Casey Anthony got off killing her daughter. Watch the whole case from day one. Oh, my gosh. No, just no, guys. This is fake. Someone is feeding the masses BS because it's fake. Pretty sure this is a fake. Because if she had such a hotshot lawyer, he would have told her not to text anybody about anything or talk to anybody in case they're bugged. Yeah, I'm not buying it. They're too patchy and don't make sense. And if she really had that good of a lawyer, she wouldn't be texting anyone. If this were true, she wouldn't be putting out for everyone to see. Her attorney would drop her in a heartbeat, so this has to be fake as heck. Yeah, through one of her many fake accounts. She knew what she was doing here and meant for this to get out. Agreed. What do you think about these? I'm leaving it up to the 6,000 Facebook detectives in here. Baez, as in Casey Anthony and Aaron Hernandez's attorney? I think this is more fake junk on her part, but even to throw out that name says a lot. He represented Kobe Bryant, too. There are 2 admins of the T-Stock support group currently in this group. I'd like for them to explain this away. Me too. Why are they in this group to begin with? This is the nonsense that is making me want to decoupage nonstop, okay? They are the admins. Maybe they are in that group to spy for info. They aren't just in the group, they're the admins of the page. Wow! How embarrassing for them. When I grow up, I want to be an admin of a support group for a murderer. You guys can't post screenshots with names. This is the Mickey Mouse, okay? WTF, I hope they can explain, or I'm leaving this group. They can't even understand what they're talking about. These people are saying they're the admins of the other group. People here think they're the admins of this group, and now they're saying they're going to leave. Okay, woo, don't let the door hit you if they don't find out the truth right now.